Hello doctors. Welcome to Note Official. Let's break down medicine into concepts you'll never forget. Today we are going to understand embryology week 1. We will cover what happens during the first week. Fertilization was discussed in our last video. Now we will move further and explain what happens next. During ovulation, the secondary oocyte is released from the ovary. If intercourse happens at that time, sperm will arrive and fertilization will occur. During fertilization, the nucleus of the sperm enters the cytoplasm of the egg, as discussed in the fertilization video. When the nucleus of the sperm enters the secondary oocyte, the egg gets activated. Meiosis II takes place, producing a mature oocyte and a second polar body. At day 0, we have one mature oocyte with two nuclei, one from the sperm and one from the egg. Both nuclei will fuse with each other. As the nuclei fuse, DNA begins to replicate. Summary: Day 0, fertilization occurs. Nuclei fuse. DNA replication begins. After 20 to 24 hours of fertilization, DNA replication is complete. The cell divides by mitosis, giving us the two-cell stage at day 1. We call this two-cell stage the blastomere. At day 0, we had one cell with two nuclei. After mitotic division, we get two cells, each with a single nucleus. This process is called cleavage. At the day 1 first cleavage gives us the two-cell blastomere. The outer black layer visible here is the zona pellucida of the egg. It remains intact throughout this process. And remember that all of this is happening inside the zona pellucida. Now cleavage continues. Cells are continuously dividing. The two-cell stage divides to form a 4-cell blastomere. Day 2. We have 4-cell stage blastomere at day 2. Now as we move forward, cells continue to divide. More and more cells each day. At day 3 we reach the 8 to 16 cell stage. As more cells are packed inside the zona pellucida, they develop tight junctions between them. This process is called compaction. In summary of day 3, we have 8 to 16 cell stage blastomere and compaction process take place. As cells are dividing and tight junctions keep the cells close together. We now have the 16 to 32 cell stage, which we call the Morula stage. So we have question that where does this process take place? So fertilization occurs near the ampulla of the fallopian tube on day 0. And fusion of the nucleuses take place. Now on day 1 we have two-cell blastomere is in the isthmus of the fallopian tube. As we can see here, blastomere travels toward the uterine cavity. Finally we have morula on the day 4 that will enters the uterine cavity. As on 4th day we have morula, and it leaves the fallopian tube to enter the uterine cavity. Morula looks like a solid ball covered by the zona pellucida. After morula formation, the outer cell layer of the morula, as we can see here, starts to pump fluid into the center. Fluid accumulates in the center, pushing cells to the periphery. The fluid accumulate in the center and make cavity. It is called the blastocyst cavity. Cells are now divided into two types. Inner cell mass, cells pushed to one side on the inside. Trophoblast, outer layer of cells. This entire process of blastocyst, inner cell mass, and trophoblast formation is called cavitation. Cavitation occurs inside the uterine cavity. As on 5th day, the cavitation process take place and form blastocyst, trophoblast, and inner cell mass. As cell division continues, fluid keeps accumulating in the center. Increasing fluid raises pressure inside the blastocyst. The zona pellucida stretches. This is called zona hatching. As fluid and pressure continue to increase, the zona pellucida starts to rupture, break. Zona hatching followed by rupture of the zona pellucida. The blastocyst is already in the uterine cavity. With the zona pellucida ruptured, the trophoblast is now exposed to the uterine cavity. The trophoblast attaches to the uterine endometrial lining. This is where implantation begins. This endometrium is the innermost layer of the uterus. The trophoblast, outer layer of the blastocyst, begins invading the endometrial lining. Some of the trophoblast loosens its cell walls and invades the endometrial cells. We have inner cell mass here in green cell. But now we can see here that we have two types of trophoblasts, so the trophoblast now divides into two types. Cytotrophoblast on the outer side with intact cell walls. Syncytiotrophoblast invades the endometrial lining by loosening cell walls. Also secretes HCG hormone, which helps digest endometrial cells and makes implantation easier. So on the day 7 we have invasion and trophoblast divides into cytotrophoblast and syncytiotrophoblast. Now we will revise the whole process take place in first week. After fertilization, one cell zygote is formed. DNA replication occur in cleavage process give us 2 cell for cell, 8 cell blastomere time by time. Cells develop tight junctions between them and this is called compaction. Now we will have 16 to 32 cell solid ball which is known as morula. Now fluids start to pump inside the center and increase pressure, and form blastocyst and inner cell mass and trophoblast develop. This is cavitation process. As fluid is increasing and pressure is increasing, zona start to stretch and this is hatching of zona, and then zona pellucida will rupture. And then implantation will begins and trophoblast divides into cytotrophoblast and syncytiotrophoblast. I will explain how implantation takes place and what happens in second week in the next video. Stay tuned and subscribe the channel for more videos. And lastly we will do questions and end the video. Which process take place after fertilization? Option A, meiosis 1 of primary oocytes. Option B, meiosis 1 of secondary oocytes. Option C, meiosis 2 of primary oocytes. Option D, meiosis 2 of secondary oocytes. Comment down your answer. Which of the following cells invade the endometrial cells? Option A, inner cell mass. Option B, cytotrophoblast. Option C, syncytiotrophoblast. Option D, blastomere. If you want more questions, check out our Instagram page, NoteNoteOfficial. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.